I hate the 10-minute limit. I really, 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 really do. Next up, Toy Story. Now, I will say this. This game, the controls are very... Well, I found them extremely stiff in a bad way. To where if you don't get things exactly right, you aren't going to get them done. And the Game Boy version of the game, which I believe I have buried somewhere in the box behind me because that's where my handheld games are. The Game Boy one is version's heck of a lot worse. The controls, it's like, with the Game Boy version, it's like you're forcing the game to respond to the controls. This one is just regularly stiff. A lot of yes, it does get annoying, and you do have to get used to it very, very much so if you're going to look past that. And yes, those stiff controls got on my nerves a lot. I think they could have done better with this game. In regards to telling the story, as well as certain things you do in the game. I mean, I've gotten farther, I've beaten this game. But some of the stuff I had to do in the game is just insane. One of the levels you have to get, you know the scene in the original Toy Story Pixar film where Buzz and Woody are on that the car, the little control car, RC, and you have to go around the streets, and they light the rocket and everything to catch up to the moving van. That level is annoying because it is a pain in the heck arse to avoid, you know, obstacles, because the stiff controls make it really hard. I don't know why we bought this game. I really don't. I guess because my sister was a huge Monopoly fan at the time. I don't know. Mario Party is a lot more interesting than this game. I don't know why. That's just me. When I played it, I found it really boring. About as boring as the board game in general. I don't remember playing this a whole lot. But, yeah, I don't remember much about this, so I can't really say much about it. Oh boy. This, Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games, it's basically one of the typical games of a game based solely on mini-games. That's what this is. Jungle mini games. Multiplayer games, if I remember correctly. Some of them are a little bit spoofs. Like, one of them looks like Frogger, where you have to get... Someone just came on and their sound is and their sign-on sound is a cat. Anyway, one of the games is basically, it's sort of, I guess you could say it's a rip-off of Frogger, where you have to get Timon over a river that's by jumping on top of crocodiles while collecting insects to gain the needed amount of points in the process, while getting to the other side that has the bushes open for you to get through, while at the same time not falling into the river, of course. This game right here, this is a Super NES port of an old arcade game my dad played when he was younger. Now, Mr. Do. My dad got this purely because he wanted to expose me and Tracy to some of the games he played when he was younger, a teenager. Mr. Do is basically... sort of reminds me, now that I look at it, kind of... a teeny bit reminds me of Pac-Man. except you have to dig tunnels in order to collect all the cherries in the level to get to the next level. And you have to beat these guys by using your clown ball, which bounces all around the places that you've been to, that you've dug tunnels in. There are also some other items that you pick up, other food items for other stuff. I don't remember what those are. Some of these games I've played so long ago that I can't remember it, and the way our game system's hooked up right now, I can't hook up any of the other systems. Now, this game, oh my god, I never beat this game because I never got past one of the mall levels. All Real Monsters. Yes, there was a game made based off the original cartoon series of Nickelodeon. I miss this cartoon. This is rated kids to adult, ages 6 and up. I wonder if that rating would still hold now these days. But it's interesting. You get to play as Crumb, Ickis, and Oblina, and each of them have their own unique special powers. You know, it's basically the whole thing of also scaring a certain amount of humans as well, people as well. You might want to try it if you were a fan of the original Nickelodeon game. It's pretty interesting. And yes, the Monster Hunter is in the game, in case any of you were wondering. This game, Tom and Jerry. I remember not getting past the first... Well, yeah, I did get past the first level. But Tom is sort of scary in this game. One of which where I got in the movie theater area, and just seeing him, just half of his face like this, looming over with pissed off eyes in the background, him moving around like this. I don't know, I guess because I was younger that it creeped me out a bit. If that was meant to be sinister, it worked. At least for me, since I was young at the time, it worked. And the last of my Super NES collection, Donkey Kong Country 2, the very first of the series that I played. Oh boy. Yes, I got 100, and just in case some of you were wondering, yes, I got 100% on all of the Donkey Kong Country games. I've gotten 100% completion on all of them. Another thing I also have is this. In case some of you never saw this before, this is called a Super Game Boy thing. And basically what you did is you took Game Boy games, stuck them in here, and then you could play them on your Super NES. Not only that, if you were playing some games also had a background for around the actual screen you were doing. You could also draw on the screen, too. Around the screen that you were playing with. Like Mario, if you were playing a certain Mario game and you stuck it in here and you put it on the Super NES and you start playing it, depending if it has it in its banks for that game, it'll show a background. If there is a background loaded into this for that particular Mario game. But I just wanted to show that since it's part, I guess you could say part of my library, I don't know. But anyway, that's my NES and Super NES library. I think I'll do my Nintendo 64 collection sooner or later. But for now, that's my NES and Super NES collection. I hope you all enjoyed it along with my I guess, terrible commentary on the games. Let me know what you think. With that, I'm out.